Hey guys, I'm making this video to show you how to do the press and bearings, how you guys are probably going to do it. I've got a shop press, but nobody is probably going to have that if you're doing it in your driveway yourself. So if you don't want to pay me, I'm going to show you how to do it the way you're probably going to do it. One of these bad boys. So you're going to make your way down to one of your local hobo freights or one of your jungle websites there and get you a front wheel drive bearing tool. And first thing you're going to want to do is just take the spindle off the car. It's going to be the easiest to do what we're trying to do in any scenario, even when I'm doing it with my press or whatever. So first thing you got to do is get caliper off, get the tie rod off, undo the ball joint, get the CV nut off, get the whole spindle off the car. If you don't have an electric impact, if you're doing a job like this, just get yourself one. And you're going to need, actually, let me see what size this nut is. Well, that's 1.25 inches, and it's a little loose, but that's going to work. So you're going to need, just get one. You don't need a DeWalt. Get a 20 volt or something close to that, okay? And a big battery, it's going to have the power to take this nut off. You can use the 1/2 inch breaker bar. And, I mean, it's got to be like a 2-footer. So, even if you're only going to do it one time, it's going to be totally worth it to just get the electric impact. Then you can use it for doing your brakes and taking your wheels on and off and all that stuff. So, get all this apart. Make sure the nut goes across the shop here. My bad, that was the wrong size to begin with. Everything's all nice and rusty. This car has 265,000 miles on it, and I wouldn't doubt that this is the original wheel bearing over here. plenty of penetrating oil with this stuff. Almost there. I do here. Need to get that nut off. Just trying to show you guys how to do this, because I know $120 an hour is a lot. And I also charge that much because I want to keep doing this every day. I enjoy this stuff. I enjoy being able to fix other stuff that people can't do themselves. I like it knowing that they will come to me when they need stuff. But it's a lot of money, so I want to help you guys figure out how to do it. Yeah. That bottom nut doesn't look like it's ever been off. The Maddox kit from Harbor Freight was $115. And that wheel bearing, my price was $50. And that was the better bearing. If you're buying it, you know, Joe Schmo walking in there buying that bearing, let me show it to you. About $80. So if you don't already have the impact and some other standard tools, you're going to be spending a little more money, obviously. But then you can help your friends save money. And that's pretty cool too. You know, if you're into working on their stuff, but careful with that one. Sometimes I can go very wrong very quickly. Maybe keep it on your own stuff. You'll save yourself a lot of money. You're going to need one of these too, okay? That was like $20 at O'Reilly's. 3-pound sledge. If you're living in anywhere near Michigan, like I do, you're going to need a good hammer. Push that back in. Get that ball joint out. There you go. I can't show you how bad it was. It's a lot worse with the weight of the wheel on it, but you can just hear that it's bad. That hub over here. I've never actually used one of these kits, so this is the first time for me too. I've always had a shop press. First thing we're going to try to do, there is an inside, what the hell do they call it? A circlip? An inner, an inside. There's a clip in there that we're going to need to get out. And there's a bunch of crap in here. I'm going to scrape it all out, try to, you know, give you an idea here. Oh, you can see it right there. See this little clip with the little notches in it? We got to get that up. Take your screwdriver. Just scrape all the crud out of there. It's going to be full of crap. There's no seal. The seal is actually on the little rubber boot type deal on the end of that CV shaft. It's supposed to keep all the crap out of it. These screwdrivers with the chisel ends on them, if you're going to buy a set, make sure you get those, okay? There's those super handy, these guys here. You're going to use them for chisels more than you're going to use them for screwdrivers anyway, so you might as well. You don't need them, but it does help. And you're probably going to also need, with a couple screwdrivers, you could probably finagle that thing out of there. But I've got some fancy dancy bunch of different snap ring pliers. Snap ring, an inner snap ring. That's not a snap ring. I can't remember, okay? Listen. I've got the tools, that's all I know. I've got the things and the right stuff for this. If I can just find it here. Another Hobo Freight buy. This is a nice set. Used it bunches of times. Set of those. Gonna get it right between them two ears. The whole reason of chiseling is to get it loose enough to get both sides to compress. I gotta spray some gunk out of it. Hit it with a dabble of the Deep Crete. That'll do you here. Use your screwdriver to help. Put your pliers in here. Squeeze it. Comes out. So the hub, the actual hub face, is going to go this way. The bearing is going to come out through the back. I'm going to put this on my vise and just try to hammer the hub out. And I think I can just hammer this bearing out if it's going to be not totally stuck. But do not hammer the new one in there. That's just asinine. Okay? You want that tool for installing it at the very least. Get around there. I don't even know if this is going to open up far enough. You can just set this on the ground, get a socket that fits the size of this hub, doesn't get stuck in the bearing, and just, you know, you're going to need 2 sets of hands for this, so have a friend hold it up while you stick the socket in there and hit it with the hammer, if you can. So I can get this in here. Heat is your best friend here, okay? A little bit of heat, a little bit of hammering. It's gonna do you real good. Okay, we're gonna go this way. I'm gonna see how this feels. See what this does. I'm struggle busting right now. I don't know. We'll just start hitting it. See what happens. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's worst case scenario right there. Especially for somebody like you, okay? You peasants. I'm just kidding. So this is where you're definitely 100% going to need heat. And they do sell these pieces just for this type of situation. But with enough heat, you can get this off with a torch. You heat it up red hot, and usually they'll just fall right off. So if this does happen to you, they do sell this piece, so then you don't even have to try to get that off of there. So yeah, you're probably gonna have to spend a little more money, unless you have a really nice torch, because you're not gonna be able to get it off with a butane torch or a propane torch. This piece needs to be red hot to get off of here. If you get it red hot, you can use some screwdrivers to work it off. But you probably aren't going to have an angle grinder. You can cut slits in this all the way down to the hub surface. It doesn't matter if you mark up the hub surface, as long as it's smooth when you put it back in. 2 slits, screwdrivers, you could break it off. We're not going to do that. That piece that's on there is the inner race. I'm going to flip this back over. I'm going to try to clean some of the rust. I don't think it's going to matter so much right here. Try to dig some of the rust out of that groove. That the bearing is going to be sliding backwards into. Hit it with the deep creep. Okay, so the bearing, it's got to come out the backside. So you need your receiver cup to be bigger than the opening of the bearing. This one's, you know, it's about there. Get the correct cup, and these are going to go. Get your threaded nut here. This is going to go on here like that. The other side, which would be the front where the hub goes onto it, you get your cup that's going to be almost as big, pretty much almost the size of the bearing, but you want it to be just under, so that it's going to grab the outer part of that bearing. I don't know if that's going to get stuck or not. Don't want it to get, definitely don't want that to get stuck in there. Try a little bit smaller here. So then for this, it's going to be Number 8. You take this bolt, put it through there like that. Get your receiver cup. Get your receiver plate. I'm just making up names. I don't know if that's the actual name for it. Get the receiver nut. Definitely 100% put lubricant on the threads of this. Don't be going all raw dogging this thing. Screw up the threads the first time around. For this, we're just going to have to do a little deep creep. I had some better stuff, but it's gone. And you're going to get this thing screwed on by hand. Line it up. Get it close where you think it's going to be good enough. It's just got to be good enough, okay? Once you get it going, get it started, then you can readjust if you have to. You're going to have to hold both sides. I think we're going to impact the actual bolt. I'm going to impact this one. This one's a lot heavier duty than the bolt. The bolt is, I mean, you're never going to break this bolt, but crescent wrench. This thing's freaking huge. Inch and a quarter. Is it the same size? Yeah. This one's the same size. Let's see what happens. I'm going to take it off just to see what it's doing. It's definitely already gone through about a quarter inch. Just want to take a peek. I can't tell if I'm just breaking the bearing or what's happening, but if you're curious, take it all the way off. You look at the outer edges where the outer race is. Break that piece out. Okay, I think it started moving. Just get all that out of there. Yikes. Okay, well, now we can actually see what size we need. This number 8, pretty positive, is still going to work. Now it's actually sitting on the race and it's not pressing against the bearings. I would assume that's probably going to happen almost every time, because it won't. There's seals in the way and it's not going to sit on that perfect the first time. So I don't know. Just go with what you feel. Now I got a mess to clean up down here. Oh, yeah. Like a freaking charm. There it is. Here you have it. Yes. So there is a bevel on both ends, but there's a bigger bevel on one side. I don't know. The bigger bevel went towards the front of the spindle. I don't know if that matters. I don't think it does. The parts you're worried about is just the part that the bearing presses into, where it's all shiny here. Take a screwdriver and clean this back edge on the front of the spindle. Get all the crap out. You want the groove where the circlip goes in to be nice and clean. Look at that. It's just, you know, just get all that out of there. On just right where it starts. Put some on it. Do the hole inside if you feel like that's gonna help you, but you don't need to. And I'm guessing this just goes in reverse order. Put your cup on the front here. Perfect size for that. There's your number 12 cup. Your number 2 I don't know what you call that. There's no instructions in this for some reason. So we're winging it. We're going to take this bearing. You're going to want whatever's going to grab this outside edge the best. You do not want to touch anywhere in the middle. So you can go a little bigger than the outside of this bearing, okay, to make sure that it's going to hit that outside edge, because this hole is a little bigger. So it's going to go down inside of this hole if you get it right. Well, okay, not very far. So yeah, you're probably going to want, this is the number 3 cup. It's going to go like that. It's going to grab the outside edge. Your bearing's going to go in straight as you can get it. And sometimes you can just tap these to get them started in the hole, so that you're not sitting here fighting it, trying to get it all in one piece. I don't know, but it's going to work. Ah. Come on, man. Come on. All right. There we go. That's it. You heard it bottom out. Take it off there. There's no physical marks on the inner, which is good. Feels really good. It's just anti-seize. Like I said, you don't need to do the whole inside of that. It'll work its way all the way to the back. There you go. There's your new pressed-in wheel bearing. So, next step is either you're going to take a brand new hub and tap it in there. And when you do that, well, I'll show you when I tap the other hub back in. You got to try to support this backside in the center so that you're not just putting all that unnecessary force on the actual bearings. Which I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do it. You're going to take one end, get it started, and start tapping it in with the screwdriver. If I can find a chisel end here. Or some type of a punch. Just work it in there. Just like that. So our spindle's ready to go. If you do run into this situation and you want to reuse your hub, I'll do my best to show you how to get it off. Or get the, you know what I'm saying, get this extra piece off of here so you can tap that back into the new one. There, I just want to be able to spin this while I'm heating it up. No siree. A little bit of that. A lot more of this. There you have it. So you're probably wondering, what about the hub? Just put a grinder into it. Big dumb idiot. All right, well, I'm going to show you. That's all you got. That's not going to hurt anything. That's going to support that center. And you're going to set your spindle right on top of it. You spray brake clean on it and it evaporates, it's too hot. Wait till it cools down a little bit. We're going to take our parts and pieces, things and stuff. Little anti-seize on the beginning. Little for the CV axle when it goes in there. Going to try to just I don't know, try to just so that it'll stay there when I'm trying to position it on the thing. I'm going to put this on that end. Put my socket here to hold the bottom. Gonna bring it over here gingerly, like. You get it. You'll get it. Just make sure I'm not messing it up. Looks good. Put it back. Almost there. One, two, three, attack. Try not to drop your socket every time. You can hear the change. It's all the way in there. Look at that. Now you got yourself a new wheel bearing. Let's get back on the car. Here we are back on the car. Where's my wrench? There's my impact. There's the wrench I need. Okie dokie. Alrighty then. Bumblebee tuna. Alright. Assemble in reverse order. Stuff's flying. Will do ya, or 5 dabs. Okay. Forgot to put this on before I put the tire on. It makes it a lot easier to tighten these. Here. Get that on there. Heavy duty. Cotter key. Anti-seize. Here, the wheel was actually stuck on when I took it off. They always stick around the hub area there. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. You get the gist. I'm not going to test drive it and try to show you that it's fixed, but I hope you learned a little something from this video. Maybe it saves you some money. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.